Italian Wine Podcast. Chin Chin with Italian wine people.
This podcast is brought to you by Native Grape Odyssey. Native Grape Odyssey is an educational project financed by the European Union to promote European wine in Canada, Japan, and Russia. Enjoy. It's from Europe.
Hello, this is the Italian Wine Podcast with me, Monty Waldin. My guest today is Massimo Serradimigni.
Dimigni.
Oh, ma no.
Abbastanza bene.
Abbastanza. Let's just say, okay. Hello, this is the Italian Podcast. My guest today is
Massimo Serradimigni.
Massimo, where are you based and what do you do?
I live in Chicago and I'm a portfolio specialist for Winebow.
First of all, your name. Do you have any Italian blood, and if so, where is it from?
A little bit. Both of my parents are from Modena. They immigrated to Chicago in 1969. I was born there in 72.
Just to remind ourselves, Modena is in which region?
Modena's in Emilia-Romagna.
Okay, and is that sort of Lambrusco territory?
Exactly, Lambrusco, aceto balsamico, prosciutto, parmigiano.
So how did
tortellini.
you land? Sorry, I interrupted you. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're slim. You're well built, but you're in shape though.
Hey, thanks. It's not easy with Mama's cooking.
Yeah. Okay. So you're working for Winebow. What is Winebow, and how did you get to work for them? What were you doing before? What was your percorso, as they say in Italian? What was your journey?
Sure. So I'll start with what is Winebow. Winebow was started by Leonardo Locascio in 1980 out of his garage in New Jersey. He was one of the first garagista importers in the United States, and his vision was that Italian wine was underrepresented in the United States. Things were like Valpolicella and Soave and Lambrusco were around, certainly Chianti, but he felt like Italy had such a rainbow of wines, colors, flavors to offer that he thought that, he should start importing other regions, other grapes, other styles. So he thought wine, he thought rainbow, he put them together, and that became Winebow. Winebow has since grown into more import divisions. The Italian part of our portfolio is called Leonardo Locascio Selections, as an homage to Leonardo, of course.
So what's happening in the US in terms of trends regarding Italian wine? What are people drinking, and what are people changing? What are the future trends?
Sure. I mean, certainly we all know what's happened with Prosecco in recent years. That's been an absolute explosion. But as far as trends that we're seeing today, I think certainly a shift to lighter, cleaner whites, getting away from rounder, oakier ones. In fact, we're coming out with a promotion called Not Your Parents' White Wines. We're trying to highlight some of these things.
That's a good one.
Absolutely. In general, certainly people are interested in respecting the environment, so natural farming, organic. It's not really about the certification, but more so how people are working in the vineyards.
Sure. Okay. When you go to Italy, how often do you go to Italy per year?
A couple of times, I would say.
Okay, so when you go, how do you don't just fly in and just say, I'll take a punt on something. You actually get everything sorted out beforehand. And what are you looking for at the moment? What's hot? I don't get any trade secrets of future trends, but I mean, where do you think, what is strong at the moment? What is going to get stronger?
I think some emerging regions, whereas, certain varietals or areas of Italy used to be a curse to have on your wine list or sitting on the shelves of your wine shop.
Was that because they were difficult to explain, or
exactly,
they were obscure?
Sure, and maybe it wasn't just the customer not understanding them, but whoever was selling them having a hard time understanding them and conveying, what they were about. Today, I think that's totally shifted, where people are really interested in what haven't I had? What do I want to try that's new? So now it's a blessing. Emerging regions like Montecucco in Tuscany is really exciting.
Just south of Montalcino.
Exactly. And on top of that, just certainly varietals that people haven't tried. And we all know how rich Italy is in those.
So native varietals, what the wines made with native Italian wine grapes
exactly
are
right.
hot. Is that the sort of part curiosity on behalf of consumers or even all wine bar owners, and part because the professionals like you and then
I think it's certainly
they have
a
story to tell, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a combination of the two. I think it's the consumer certainly being more curious is driving that.
So how much work do you have to do? Obviously, you have distribution chains, but with not only the official, quote, media, the wine journalists and the big shots, but people posting stuff online, how can you steer the conversation?
I think that's actually a real benefit, the internet age, right? Where I think the reason people used to not want to get into these obscure things is to not sound silly. And today there's so much information at our fingertips that people are really going out there and trying to seek out what they don't know.
Okay, and how important is wine education, do you think? Is that
incredibly important?
Just to make people feel comfortable and not scared of the new and the different and the diverse.
Right. And I think the best educators really break it down into understandable things, relating it to wine regions or grapes that people do understand, and saying if you like this, then you'll like that, and just trying to not, overcomplicate things.
Okay, so what's a typical day for you?
Wow, there is no typical day. And that's really what I love about my current job. I actually took a personality test before I started with a different company.
Before you took this podcast, we weren't sure if we'd let you in the booth. So
and it said that I hated repetition. I absolutely hate repetition. So this is just fantastic because we do different things every day as portfolio specialists. We really focus on different kinds of events. We do one called Quattro Mani, where we bring in chefs from Italy.
So that's four hands, yeah?
Exactly. Chefs from Italy who are associated with some of our producers. We do things like Crew Night, where we have 50 restaurants across the country pouring the same wine out of large formats on the same evening.
Oh, that's good.
Absolutely. And then we do a lot of educational things. We have different focus periods for all of our salespeople across the country. We did one on Abruzzo recently. We did one on Chianti. We did a focus period on volcanic wines. And together with our marketing department, us portfolio specialists help to put these things together.
It's interesting, the ones you're talking about there, the volcanic wines, that's a buzz term. I mean, John Charbot, for those of you who don't know, has written an absolutely fantastic book on volcanic wines.
Tremendous.
Highly recommend that.
It was a big reference for the program.
Do people sort of pick up the taste of that volcanism in the wines?
Not only did they pick it up, but there was that of all the programs we've done recently really translated to the most enthusiasm in the market, for sure.
I guess there were sort of Etna wines and Vulture wines.
Exactly.
And Soave as well, with volcanic soil. So many.
Soave was the one that kind of freaked people out. They're like, wow, that's volcanic soil.
And you can really taste the difference between volcanic and non-volcanic as well.
Absolutely.
So what about weirdy beardy wines like organic, biodynamic, natural? Is that still on message, or are people getting a bit bored of that whole thing now?
I think organic and biodynamic certainly on message. Natural wine is a little bit polarizing, I'm finding, with people in the market, just because you want a little bit of consistency, and natural wine seems to get away from that sometimes.
So is that, for you, obviously, you don't want people that you're dealing with on a professional level saying, we bought this wine and I don't want to say natural or not, but
no, right.
It is kind of, we found that actually it's pretty almost unsellable because of the condition that it is in. Is that a headache for the guy or the woman or the company that bought it, or is it a problem for you as the portfolio guys?
Right.
Difficult, isn't it? We don't have to go down that. It's not like I don't want to put you on the spot, but I mean.
No, not at all. I think it's just going back to the consistency again. So you're selling a natural wine to somebody, and they come back and say, hey, this other bottle we opened is nothing like what we tasted. Yeah.
Okay. So what haven't we covered so far?
Maybe what I was doing before Winebow.
Sure.
I spent 3 years with Oscar Farnetti's concept called Eataly in Chicago, which was really a deep dive for me into the world of Italian wine. Certainly I'd been working in Italian wine.
Did you say Italy or something else?
Eataly.
Yeah,
Eataly.
So Eataly.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a great name. It's a fantastic concept. So go on, spit that one out again.
So Eataly is now about 35 stores throughout the world, and it's a huge Italian marketplace with restaurants inside of it, retail components, and Oscar really believed that Italy was only at about 10% of its capacity for exporting food and beverage. So he got together, he used to be in the electronics business, and he got together with small artisanal producers and gave them a route to the marketplace.
Okay, I'm giving you a free ticket to Italy.
Yeah.
And you can fly wherever you want.
Fantastic.
And you can go to 3 different regions.
Great.
Whether you work with those regions or not, it doesn't
Absolutely.
really matter. Where are you going to go and why?
So I haven't done much traveling in southern Italy at all, and this is after 10 trips in Italy total. So I haven't been to the islands. Sardinia would be stop number 1, Sicily would be stop number 2, and certainly Campania number 3.
All right, all in the south then?
Absolutely.
Is that because you've already been to Tuscany 4,000 times?
Exactly right.
Yeah. Where's your favourite place in Tuscany?
Well, like I mentioned earlier, Montecucco.
Oh, you like that?
Really, really pristine. Production is growing year over year. The number of producers is increasing, and it really offers like this incredible microclimate that's perfect for organic viticulture.
Yeah, but this one basically is kind of on the edge of a volcano. It's the bottom end of Montalcino on the way to the coast. So on the one side you got the sunny beaches, the typical Tuscan tourist beaches. On the other side you got Monte Amiata, which is the biggest peak in central Italy, which has a huge influence on the climate. And you got some fantastic mountain vineyards there as well.
Right.
I think my view, I'm a little bit of a grizzle when it comes to Montecucco. I think I'd like to see a few more wines with a little bit smoother textures.
Sure.
But the wines have improved recently. So another one, I'm going to give you a vineyard. Where would you go?
Oh boy.
You get a free vineyard and you can make whatever wine you want. It'll taste great. Where are you going to have that? And you're not allowed to say Brunello.
No, God, no, not at all. Actually, I'm going to go completely in the opposite direction. And one of the things that first got me so excited about Italian wine was the white wines of Friuli.
Brilliant.
So these big whites, just really lush, big alcohol, and crafted incredibly well.
But they're toning those down though, aren't they? A little bit.
A little bit. Absolutely.
Very salty. Would you be making quotes normal white wine or skin contact whites?
I think I'd be making super whites, a blend of Bianco and Grigio and whatever else.
Oaky or not?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. And what is your favourite dish when you come to Italy?
Oh, God. Tortellini, but certainly
so
none
is that
of
the
them.
Modena influence?
It is the Modena influence, and unfortunately I still haven't found any as good as Mama's.
You can take the boy out of Italy, but you can't take Italy out of the boy. I want to say thanks very much to my guest today, Massimo Serradimigni.
Grazie a te, Monty.
Did I get it right?
Yeah. Abbastanza,
just about. From Winebow Imports. Great to talk to you. You're a very bouncy character. I'm sure you're very successful in your job. You've got a lovely personality.
Pleasure was absolutely mine.
And you got that link to Italy, and we hope to see you back in Italy as soon as possible.
You betcha.
Nice one. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Monty.
This podcast has been brought to you by Native Grape Odyssey, discovering the true essence of high-quality wine from Europe. Find out more on nativegrapeodyssey.eu. Enjoy. It's from Europe.
Follow Italian Wine Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.